Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers, and to the new subscribers, welcome to the channel. I hope that you guys are getting some good insight from this. I am super stoked, guys. I am at 84 followers, and I want to just thank everybody right now for helping me grow this channel. I think that's super awesome. And I love the fact that you guys have been engaging in comments, and just how many of you guys are relating to this topic and basically what I'm going through. It's also nice to know that I'm helping a lot of you guys want to create your own content and tell your own stories. I think it's amazing, and I really hope to see a lot of you guys follow through on that. So, and if you guys do, make sure you guys let me know so I can subscribe to you guys, and leave some comments of inspiration to you guys as well, as you guys do for me, because in all honesty, like, I really appreciate that, you guys, and it really helps me boost my spirits as well. So I do want to apologize though, guys, because I know it's been at least like 3 weeks or more or so since I've last uploaded, and I've had a lot going on in that time frame. So for those of you who might remember, I had to have a procedure done, so I had to have surgery. This was supposed to be my quote unquote cure, right? Yeah, about that. So yeah, so I've had a month off essentially, and I have a whole total like 6 weeks that before I'm completely healed or whatever. So I think I'm like 1 week left of quote unquote healing. But yeah, I had some cysts removed from my cervix, and I had a few other procedures done in the process because my doctor was under the impression that I was dealing with a cyst and being dilated down there, and that was causing me to have bacteria or vaginal bacteria, and that was essentially the cause of my quote unquote smells. So during that time frame and during the whole healing process, I was actually given antibiotics, both oral and vaginal. So I want to kind of jump in and talk about my experiences with that again. Now, me personally, as dealing with Team AU and like the amount of research I've done in the past and things like that, I know that antibiotics are like generally a no-no in our community. I do know some people who have used them on and off, and they say, oh yeah, they help me for a little bit and then the smells come back or whatever. So I kind of want to just touch base on that essentially. Because for me, I personally took Metrogel 500 milligram 3 times a day for 7 days. And during that time frame, like deep down in my heart, like I knew that it wasn't gonna help me, but I was like, what the hell, I'm gonna try it again for whatever, like maybe on some miracle or whatever, it would like potentially help me. No, it didn't. So actually with the antibiotic use, I was very scared because I was thinking, okay, well, that's gonna kill off all the good bacteria I have. So I was trying to pump, my theory was to use them and pump in more kefir shakes and more probiotics during this time frame, so that way I wasn't losing good bacteria in the process. I don't know how good that essentially worked out. And not to mention that since I had a whole month off and I wasn't going around people and I thought I was quote unquote cured, I started eating really bad again. I just started eating anything and everything. So that set me back a whole lot too. But as far as the antibiotic use goes, so during the time frame of using the antibiotics, I actually started noticing other odors. So I started noticing the burnt smell again, and like sometimes even like the raw sewage smell, especially in the morning, like right when I would wake up, I would smell like the intense burning scent, but it was also like a poopish sewage type scent too, and it was just really gross. And I got really discouraged because you know, obviously I was like, well, these antibiotics are not helping in any way, shape, or form. So I just knew, again, it confirmed with me that they don't work essentially for me. Now, I do want to talk about this right here really quick though. So Metrogel or metronidazole vaginal. So this right here, it works pretty decently, guys, as far as like helping the odors to some extent. Now, it doesn't work like 100% great. And if you're menstruating, it's gonna help a little bit, but once your flow is like completely coming down, it's not gonna really help at all. And the thing about it is that, like, here's the thing with this. It is prescription only. It's only good for 5 days. Now, I personally, I don't recommend you guys doing this, but this is just typically what I do, okay? Because, again, I was a pharmacy tech and I know that this stuff exists. So I go to my doctors and I tell them that I'm experiencing vaginal, you know, bacteria and I have like fishy scent coming on, and so they'll prescribe it to me, you know what I'm saying? So they don't really usually give me a fuss about it, and you know, so I don't usually generally have a problem with it. But again, like I said, it's prescription only. It's only gonna last you for 5 days. But I personally, what I like to do is like I use it when I feel like I need it the most. So I'll feel like if I feel like the odor is really, really intense that day, I will use like maybe like half a syringe, and I will only use it on the days that I feel like I need to use it. You know, there is an expiration date as far as the drug itself goes. So it's good all the way up to 6/1 of 2022. So I mean, essentially the stuff will last you if you can get the tube to stretch that far out. Like I said, it just depends. But I don't know, I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you guys to like, I don't know how good it is to use in your body for a long period of time either. And that's probably why you're only supposed to use it like for the 5 days that it's recommended, you know? So for those of you who want to try it for 5 days and see if you're miraculously healed, kudos to that. But like I said, I essentially just use it when I feel like I really need to use it. And it generally works for me best when I'm not menstruating and it's the odors are not so bad. I kind of at one point, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like I used it and people thought I was cured at work because they were like, oh, she doesn't smell, and because it literally takes away the odors, you know, in that sense. But again, it doesn't help a lot when you're menstruating. So I can tell you guys though, like if you're trying to get this without a physician, one awesome site, prescription site that I am aware of is Wisp, and I'm not trying to promote anything by any means necessary, but that's just for me personally. Before I had an actual physician, I went on Wisp and I actually ordered this product because it's pretty cool. The thing I like about Wisp is that you can go on there for like oral contraceptives, antibiotics, vitamins, and things like that, and you don't need to have an actual, like, I guess, a physician per se. You go on there, you essentially fill out a questionnaire about your symptoms and what you're dealing with, and then a doctor will contact you and they'll ask you a little bit further to give you like more information about what you're dealing with, and then essentially they'll prescribe you the medication that you're you know, essentially trying to get. Now this right here, I'll just tell you guys that this shit is expensive. It was like $160, I want to say, through the site. Not to mention you don't get to use insurance, so you have to pay the site to get the prescription, okay? And then it gets the script. Once the script is sent to your pharmacy, now there you can use insurance, but you still got to pay your pharmacy. You pay this on top, you pay that $160 plus you pay whatever you got to pay your copay for essentially insurance. And if you don't have insurance, it's going to cost you again probably right around that $160 range again. So you'll end up paying like $300 or so for a tube that's going to last you for 5 days. So that's why I tell you guys, you know, like, use with caution or whatever if you guys are going to try to utilize this and see if it helps you. But yeah, so essentially I just wanted to touch base with you guys, you know, and again, like I said, I've had a lot going on since this whole surgery thing, and you know, kids are out of school, it's summertime, so you know, I've got kids at home now and I've gone back to work, and things have just been really, you know, chaotic lately. And so yeah, I dropped my dieting, and kind of started eating whatever, and I was super excited about it, guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, you know, I know I've told you guys like I'm really thin, and I wanted to put weight back on, and so I was excited to just be like, yo, I can eat anything I want now, because I was cured, you know. I had this surgery done, and I'm like, I'm gonna be fine now. You know, I was taking antibiotics, and I'm like, yo, maybe maybe it was just in my head, and maybe I'm actually like legitimately gonna be able to be normal again. Yeah, about that. So, no, I actually started eating anything and everything I wanted, and started noticing, because I was doing DoorDash, because, you know, money's been tight, and not being being out of work is just like, it's hard, you know. And that was another thing too, another reason why I was kind of just eating whatever, because like I literally didn't have the resources to just like stick to what I normally would purchase, you know, when I was eating clean. I just went back to eating like literally anything, meat, you know, cheese, and just, you know, random stuff. Like I would make beans and like, you know, burritos, and just random craps, you know. So I was just like eating anything and everything. And you know, and a lot of that was just because I had to survive. Like, you know, I had to eat something to and again, because I was going through surgery and I was healing my body, so I wanted my body to heal good. And so I was just kind of like, you know, I want to pump back good nutrition into myself. I started working out again, so I was like really happy about that, and it was like, yay, you know, I can put a little bit of weight back on or whatever, and, you know, maybe like feel a little bit better about myself. But that only honestly made me feel like worse, guys, because I honestly, like I said, I started noticing the different odors coming through because of eating different foods, and, you know, doing taking the antibiotics and things like that. So that was really depressing. And since it's summertime, I can still smell myself. I can always still smell myself essentially, but like when I'm out in public, I can't pick up the scent because it's hot out now. And I don't know if it's like because when it's cold my sense of smell is better, or what it is about that, but I can't essentially detect the odor when I'm out in public anymore. Like I do, but I don't, you know. And so it's kind of frustrating for me, but I still get the reactions, so I still know that it's bad. And like I said, because I was door dashing, and a couple of times when I was picking up orders in the restaurants and stuff like that, I would get reactions from like the workers there, or like customers inside the restaurants and stuff. So that was very embarrassing. But you know, it is what it is. Like, you know, I have to survive. So unfortunately, like, I'm not one of these people who gets to just like chill at home and do nothing. Like, I wish I could. I wish I was fortunate enough for that, but I unfortunately am not. So, you know, the grind is always going, and I always have to stick to working, no matter how embarrassed and how sad, or, you know, I just have to keep pushing forward. And, you know, I commend the all of you guys who push forward with this condition, because, you know, it's hard. It's really hard. You know, and even if you do stay at home, like, it's still hard, because, you know, you deal with your neighbors, you deal with, you know, just people in general. It's like I said, when you go out in public, you have to deal with shitty people in public. You have to deal with bitchy or complaining neighbors, and luckily I don't have that problem. My neighbors are pretty chill, and they don't complain about me or the trailer smelling bad or anything like that. And again, like I have recommended to some of y'all, like, I don't know, I through comments, I think, but like, or on like Discord and stuff like that, I've engaged in a lot of conversations with some of you guys, and, you know, you guys will tell me about like your apartment smelling, or, you know, things like that. And I always tell people, like, I clean with a lot of bleach, and I use a lot of cleaning products. I use candles. Like, I generally just try to make the trailer smell really good, you know. So I don't really get complaints about that stuff. But you know, it's just been really tough, guys. And like I said, I've gone back to work. I'm like a week in, you know, that I've knocked out at work, and they have been assholes to me at work. Okay, so and that's the sad part about people like us with this condition, that, you know, your job is going to try to sabotage you in any way, shape, or form, and they're going to find little loopholes to like push you out. And what they have to do, because they technically can't fire you, and especially if you're a good worker like myself, they're not gonna essentially fire you and cause themselves to get like in potential trouble, because, you know, that's like whatever, like discrimination and stuff. But what they're gonna try to do is they're gonna try to intimidate you. They're gonna stick you in areas where people are gonna make fun of you, and they're gonna think that they're gonna put you in those places because they're gonna be like, yo, she's gonna crack, or this person's gonna crack, and they're not gonna be able to take the heat of these people making fun of them or whatnot, and they're gonna essentially wait for you to break down and have a moment of not wanting to be there. And that's what they're trying to do to me right now. So essentially, when I got hired, I was on a certain table, and I was cutting meat on that table. And you know, the job itself is physical labor. It's really hard work, and it's all about technique. So there's really not like, all you have to do literally is watch people and how they do their job, and like they give you like a certain time frame to like learn your job and stuff, essentially, you know. And I've been doing that job for over 6 months now, so I'm really good at what I do at that table. And like I said, they don't want me there no more. Like, I worked around a bunch of females, and you know, they all talk crap about me, but yet they use me because I'm a really good worker, and when I'm there, I get shit going. Like, I help, you know, get the meat cut and like push it through the line. So, you know, I hear them all the time talk about crap about me, but then they're like, I also hear them like giving me my respect, you know, because they're like, yo, she busts her ass, like the girl can work, you know. So I essentially know that they like me to some extent, you know. And I guess I'm pretty sure, more than sure, like if I didn't smell this bad, like they would probably love me, to be honest. But since I stink, they're just probably like, she's a waste, like literally. So anyhow, they stuck me on another table, and they stuck me around a bunch of men. And so day one at that new job was so frustrating, guys, like so frustrating, because I have just a bunch of dudes laughing and making comments, and I'm just like tunnel vision, you guys. Like, I literally just focus on what I have to do, and I get my fucking job done, and I get the fuck out of there, you know. But day one at that job was so hard, because it was like, I'm a noob at it. I had to cut a new piece of meat. I had to learn how to cut a new piece of meat. So not only are they laughing at me because of the odors and stuff, but they're laughing at me because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and I look like a dumbass trying to like learn how to cut this piece of meat. Day two, on the other hand, because I'm a really fucking quick learner, I went in there and knocked that shit out. Like, I learned the job, and people are actually like giving me thumbs up, and they, like I said again, they respect the fact that I am a smart woman. I can bust my ass, and so I'll get respect, but I still get made fun of, you know, because essentially they're gonna still make fun of you. But they essentially will give me my respect, which that's, you know, I guess it makes me feel okay, you know. It makes it to where it's not so bad. And like I said, I just tunnel vision, guys. I just focus at the job on hand. I go outside for breaks. I don't eat with people. I don't socialize with people. I come back in, knock the job out, go home. It's literally, I go there to collect a check and go home, you know, and that's that. So that's where I've been, guys. Like, I literally have just been focusing on, you know, life and trying to like survive. But yeah, so I do apologize. Like I said, again, I am so sorry, guys. I've been meaning to make you guys videos on products, because I know a lot of you have been asking me to do like what products I utilize. And what I want to tell you guys is, like, I'll just give you guys an example of some things, because I'm going to do a video in the future. Like I said, I haven't gone shopping and things like that. Just kind of waiting for money to flow back into the house, you know. And then I will go out and I'll purchase products, and I'll do a video, and I'll show you guys what products I essentially use. But what I can recommend to you guys is just going on Google and searching up low pH soaps. So like body washes, shampoos, you know, softeners and cleaning products and stuff like that, okay? But essentially what you guys want to go for is low pH products, products that are like really, really low scented. So for me personally, I can tell you guys what I do like to utilize is like baby soaps, like Johnson and Johnson, with like really low scent, because it's like really low pH. So like baby shampoo, baby body wash, also black charcoal soap, that I found was really useful for me. I do utilize coconut oil and Vaseline. There is a YouTuber who she utilizes those products, and that's her cure for her. Now I can just tell you guys this, I like the fact of, I mean, I love coconut oil. I consume it, and I utilized it prior, you know, too, but I stopped for a little while, and then I started again. But for me in the summertime, the coconut oil, it's essentially, I always thought it was like a good thing because it is antibacterial, so it does help with like the bacteria on the body. And so always for me, I was always thinking like, oh, it's probably going to be good as essentially like blocking or helping when like the odors come out of your pores. But I do notice that like when I sweat, I kind of have like a funky smell with the coconut oil, and I don't know, you know, like it just is kind of funky too. So I don't know, but you guys definitely should try that too and see how that works for y'all, and see if that's like something that might be useful for you guys. But then and Vaseline, like I said, I like to use Vaseline because it's just a good moisturizer. So that, and it's not scented, so I don't generally smell any clashing smells with it when I do utilize that. But again, like I said, you guys want to go for like non-scented laundry soap. So you can use essentially any good laundry detergent. I personally like to use OxiClean as I use another detergent. So I'll use a detergent and I'll use OxiClean to, like, you know, help take out the smells and stuff from the clothing, and bleach, like for my whites and things like that. Oh, also apple cider vinegar. So like if you guys notice that you have like really intense smells in your guys' clothes too, throw a little bit of apple cider vinegar in your laundry, and that helps as well with the removing odors from your clothing. So that's just something there too that you guys can try. Maybe even baking soda too. But again, those are just the things that I try to use. And then I know some of you guys have asked if I blow dry my hair or if I recommend blow drying your hair. I personally don't blow dry my hair. I usually just let my hair air dry, which I know that's not really an option for a lot of you guys, especially with long, thick hair. Because, and another thing with wet hair, you guys don't want to go out in public with wet hair, because when we're wet, that's when I think we smell like the wet dog in your hair. When your hair's wet, oh, it smells really bad. It smells like the wet dog smell or whatever. So try not to go out or around people with the wet hair thing. Now, if you guys are gonna use a blow dryer, I personally would say if I'm gonna utilize a blow dryer, I'm gonna use the blow dryer on the cool setting, so that way my scalp doesn't sweat, because then, you know, you're gonna have sweaty hair, and then that's gonna probably stink. So that's just my thought on that. So that's just my recommendation on that. Okay. I used to use a straightener a lot, so that was another reason why I stopped using heat, guys, because I was damaging my hair really bad when I was using the blow dryer and the straightener, because I would blow dry and straighten my hair like every day, and my hair that was one of the reasons why my hair was falling out so bad. Not to mention I was anemic, and, you know, I wasn't getting proper nutrition, so that was another thing too. But so yeah, I try not to use heat. I do it every like once in a while, so like once a week, or maybe every 2 weeks I'll actually flat iron my hair, and that's only because I just want to like progress lengthwise, because I actually just, it's been like a year already now that it's growing out, so I'm really happy about that as well. But yeah, because I actually went really short. Like I actually chopped all my hair off at one point, and tried to just get it to regrow healthy again, and it's been doing okay, especially taking the iron. Like I've noticed it actually growing in more and filling in, so I'm really happy about that. And then, you know, so that's a plus. And then it was kind of nice. That's the whole thing about that month being off, is that it was kind of nice because I actually got, like, you know, my nutrition back up. Because that's the sad thing about, you know, being on all these crash diets and, like, you know, fasting and all these things that like because we're taking all these random stuff, you guys, like, you know, it just sucks because you're just trying all these supplements, you're trying all these random things, and you're trying all these crash diets, and, you know, you're essentially messing up your nutrition in a really bad way. Like, we don't know what we're supposed to be doing, so we're just literally just trying things, you know. It's just like all trial and error, you know. So it's like you don't know whether you're doing good or you're harm to yourself, you know. Like me, I was like, you know, and obviously had problems with anemia, and, you know, I needed things. So that's how I knew something was wrong with me, because I'm like, you know, I'm losing my hair, and I'm like, this is so sad, especially, you know, I'm not that old yet, you know. And I'm like, there's got to be an underlying problem for this. And that's literally all it was, is that I'm not, you know, taking in the right stuff. So again, I just want you guys to be very mindful. But I do plan on essentially starting a diet again. I had a comment on here from someone who has found her, you know, a cure. It's to some extent, you know, what helps her and what works for her. And she did recommend the no sugar diet. So I want to try it, but I have recently started eating meat again, guys, and I know meat makes me release gases. So I'm very cautious with meat, okay? Because I work in the cold, so that's how I know how it affects me and stuff like that. Because again, in the cold, I can smell really well. And so when I eat meat, I know that I'm releasing gases because my eyes burn, and I can actually, I don't smell the fumes coming out, but like I can essentially know that I'm releasing some type of vapors, because again, my eyes will water really bad and they'll burn really bad. And I'm not the only one. I notice people, like I said, I pay attention to things, and I notice people rubbing their eyes, or like, you know, they rub their nose, and I know that they're having reactions to me, some type of like allergic reaction, and I have it to myself. So, you know, I know, you know, when things are really, really bad and when things are not so bad. And so yeah, so I'm very cautious about meat eating and stuff like that. And so I think what I'm essentially gonna do though is probably focus on a low choline meat on the days that I know I'm not gonna be around people, you know, or you know, essentially eat meat within a certain window. You know, because I know there are a lot of people who, you know, who cured themselves by juicing for 10 days and, you know, starving the bad bacteria out. I wish I could do that. Like, I wish I had the strength to be able to do that, guys. Like, I really do. I personally just don't. And I wish, like, I would do it. Here's my thing. I was like, I would so do it if I knew it was going to work for me. Like, I don't want to put my body through stress and just for it to just be like a fail. But then if I don't try it, I will like probably never know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what do I do? You know what I mean? But again, you know, like I want to try focusing on just eating healthy again, and, you know, maybe focusing on like low choline and no sugar. I do definitely want to do the no sugar diet and see where that gets me, and maybe try to see if I can go with no sugar, maybe green smoothies for like 10 days straight, and, you know, protein here and there to see how it kind of like interacts, and maybe do like the one big meal a day and like intermittent fasting throughout like the rest of the day. But again, I'm just so worried about health, guys, and I'm so worried about sending you guys the wrong message, and especially like the youth, you know what I mean, younger kids and stuff like that who are going through this. Like, I don't want you guys to jeopardize your health trying to miraculously cure yourselves. Yes, we essentially all want to be cured. Yes, we are looking for the golden ticket, you know, out of this shitty situation, but do not let that cause you to let your health go down, okay? So that's just what I care, and, you know, I obviously care that I want you guys to be healthy, because I myself want to be healthy, you know, and I don't want to hear about nobody getting sick because they're doing some crazy diet just to try to cure this shit. Like, no. I would prefer you guys to be healthy. I would prefer myself to be healthy and just ignore the BS from people. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, because we have to just deal with the shit anyway. So just ignore them, tune it out, guys. Like, I know it's hard, but like, it's not gonna, I don't want it to cost anybody their health, their life, none of that shit. So again, just focus on eating really well. And if you guys notice the foods that work for you, like stick to those, like eat more of those foods, you know what I'm saying, that you guys know are working for you and don't cause you to smell so bad. But again, guys, like I want to say thank you so much for helping me grow this channel. So if you guys want to see different content in the future, like I said, I do have a product coming up, a product what I use. I also would love to make meal prep videos for you guys. So once I can go, you know, shopping and stuff like that, maybe I'll do a video on like a grocery haul for the week of what I plan on consuming, and then like a meal prep video for you guys. I would also love to do a cooking video for you guys. So like if these are things you guys are definitely interested in, let me know. I would love to do these videos for you guys. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Keep the channel growing, guys. I appreciate you guys on that. You guys are fabulous and I love you guys so much. Again, keep giving me feedback, guys. I love commenting with you guys. I love talking to you guys. I love, you know, hearing your guys' stories. I love your words of inspiration, and I just want you guys to know that it definitely touches me in my heart, and it makes me feel freaking amazing, guys. You guys are the MVPs for sure. So thank you guys. Much love to you guys. Good night. Bye.